Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crypto Scene Investigation, where we look at cryptocurrency projects and we ask ourselves, are they really worth investing in? Today we'll be looking at Dose. Now, I've got a lot of information to go through today, so this is probably going to be a pretty long video, just so that you guys are aware. So welcome. If you like what I do on this channel, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to comment, please comment something healthy or constructive, because we want to create a healthy community. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, a legal disclaimer, not to be considered as financial advice. Only used for entertainment, educational, and inspirational purposes. Fabulous, kia ora, tēnā koe, awesome. Dose. Now let's have a look at what Dose actually is. So this is a video of it in a very fast view. So let's talk a little bit about it. Dose actually stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, which is actually what you get from exercising. So fitness, gameplay, and rewards. So developed by OliveX. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit more. So this is one of the things which I believe you can do with that, which is called 22 push-ups. And they have another game which is coming out, and they've also made this famous game called Zombies Run. I have played this game before. It is pretty cool. You put your headphones in, and then you turn it on, and then it's like zombies are chasing you. It's kind of neat, to be honest. So this is the first time I've ever seen this before. So it is called a proof of workout game. A proof of workout audio game. So yeah, so in order to actually get the coins, they have like a little proof of workout system, which I think is absolutely fascinating. And then so they have another game coming up called Dustland Runner, which I believe is going to be, it'll probably be pretty big, or it may or may not, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't invested into these guys at the moment, but from what I've seen, they look really cool, but they do have a few concerning areas which we will be touching upon, but otherwise they look pretty heckin' legit. So Etherscan, what does it tell us? So actually, let's have a look at the quick market cap. So market cap is currently 3 million, rank of 1,000 plus. And then max supply 5 billion, and currently in circulation we have 51 million. Cool. So that you guys know those general deets. Now here is the interesting thing. What is missing from this? That is right, ladies and gentlemen. There is no contracts. None of these are listed under any sort of contracts. Now we will be looking deeper into their tokenomics, but according to these on-chain metrics, this is not good. I don't like this. This scares me. So first of all, because of the actual company who's behind it, and because of some of the team, I like this from what I've seen. But this is concerning. These like the top 10 wallets, 9 out of 10 of them are over 5%. Okay, that means that any of these could potentially go and drop the price dramatically from 0.07 down to probably 0.007. So looking at the price, by the way, so it has gone from 0.33 and then it went up, and then it's sort of gone down a bit. So don't know exactly why it's sort of gone down. We'll have a look at where you can buy it on as well. So you can buy it from Uniswap, in Gate.io, and a few other places. So Pancakeswap, OKX, and Mixi. I do have a link in my description for the Gate.io thing, by the way. So pretty good stuff. Gate.io is a centralized exchange, in case you guys are wondering. So they do show two different contracts which we can look at. So they have the Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain one. The one which was done on the Binance Smart Chain is actually a bridged. It is a bridged token by Uniswap. I think it might have been deployed by Uniswap, because I did actually ask one of these guys about it. And so we won't be, and they also have another one for Polygon, but we won't be looking at the Polygon one. We'll just be looking at the Ethereum and the Binance one, because I don't know what the smart contract is for the Polygon one. So this is the Binance Smart Chain one. We do have a few contracts on here, which is pretty nifty, and a bunch of these are to do with pancakeswap, as we can see. So these would likely be for the liquidity. But in terms of the rest of it, there's pretty much only really one concerning wallet, which is this one here, and that's 6%. So, if that goes and dips, then, that might dip some of the extras as well. But remember, so these are actually bridge tokens, as the main tokens are on the Ethereum network. So, yeah. So just to give you guys a bit of an idea of that. So let's have a look at what bscheck says. So this is the Ethereum one, so we can buy or sell. Cool, cap high, cannot check dev wallets. Bit concerning. Don't know why that is. Get owner issue, cannot check dev wallets. So it says cannot read contract owner. There is a bit of information. So when we actually have a look at this on tokensniffer, it says ownership renounced or source does not contain an owner contract. So it says creator not authorized for special permission. So yeah, so there's been no prior similar token contract. So to me, you can sort of either take one side or the other. You can either take the side of, well, crud, like we cannot read the contract owner and we can't see the dev wallets, or we could be like, okay, so the ownership has been renounced possibly, or does not contain owner contract, or something along this sort of lines. So yeah, so it is possible to fake renounce, by the way, just so that you guys are interested. So that is a possibility as well. Now we have a look at some of the liquidity pools. It says 0% burned or locked, so null, and then it says dev address 100%. I don't know where they get these dev addresses from, because the same thing was happening with the BSC scan one as well, where it says 99.2% dev address. So I'm not exactly sure where they're sort of getting those little bits of jazz from. Yeah, if anybody knows, please feel free to comment on that. But detected addresses, so it talks about some of the other detected addresses, which could be potentially concerning as well. All right, cool. We'll have a look at some of the other bits of jazz. So this is the Binance smartchain one. So the ownership has not been renounced, so they can actually read the ownership. But keep in mind, I believe that this is the bridge one. Okay, so this is the bridge one from what we understand. Warning detected address. So it says 7%, and then you've got 3, 2, and then 0, 0. So in terms of that, where are they getting the 3, 2, and the 0, 0 from? Was I looking at the right address? Yes. Okay. Anyway, we're going to move on. So let's have a look at what the either the tokensniffer for dose says. So as we know, a wallet contains a substantial amount, which we have had a look here. So remember, we have a bunch contain a substantial amount. So it's not only one, it is a bunch which contain a substantial amount. So that's pretty concerning in my opinion. And then so in terms of being locked / burn, not really much. And they've currently got 18 ETH in terms of liquidity. The Binance Smart Chain one, we have, so remember, so these are similar token contracts we will be seeing on Moonarch, some of the other similar ones which have been done as a form of bridges from uniswap. So just to let you know, that there are others who have had similar ones released. I mean, one which I do recognize, D-Race token, I have done a video on that if you guys want to watch that. I can probably put a link up top. No, actually, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, if you want to watch it, just search CSI, then D-Race or something. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, so the liquidity present, so 175 BNB on pancakeswap, and 595 BNB on apeswap. Now I believe that apeswap is the one which I was referencing in regards to the Polygon, which we won't be having a look at today. So it says, according to this, on Ethereum, the token age is 4 months. Then we have the creator address, which is the one ending in 854E. And we'll see if we can find that somewhere along here. Nope, can't see anything in the majority up there, so that's interesting. So it says unlocked. So we have 99.99% unlocked, which when they talk about their actual tokenomics, they do talk about how they are vesting this. And it says contract analysis failed. That is fascinating. I have not seen that on one before. So it says contract analysis failed. So yeah, that one's a little bit interesting / concerning. So liquidity, it says that it is 100% unlocked. And so we can see, like it says in terms of liquidity on the actual supply available is 0.01% or something. Yeah, so it does say that it has about $45,000 worth of liquidity in the Ether one. And according to the BSC deets, we can see that, so remember, from what we can see, this is likely to be a bridge. Cool. So there's a few modifiers which may be of concern if people are, if anybody's a developer and maybe interested. If anybody wants to comment maybe what some of these might be used for, you're very welcome to. So they also say that they have deployed at least 20 other contracts. But once again, I believe that this is a part of their whole bridge idea. Yeah, so unlocked we have 95%, liquidity is 4%, and unlocked, well, sorry, yeah, so liquidity on there, and then so the liquidity is also 100% unlocked on there. Yeah, so that's a little bit of those details, folks. And as you can see, the price is 0.07, so price is pretty much continuous. We're not really going to have a look at the Reddit because they've only got one member with one post. Yes, so let's have a look at some of the Twitter social stats. We can see that they have 28,000 followers, and in the last 30 days they have gotten 1,800 followers, so pretty alright. They have had a few days where they've just had a bunch of followers drop off. A part of my thinking for that is because their actual Twitter, they don't really post much about themselves, but they do a bunch of retweets. So I don't know, man. In terms of this sort of marketing thing, when it comes to Twitter, haven't really seen much, man. But it could also be because of one of the facts of them not actually having a what is it called? Them sort of being as one of the, I guess, one of the people under the umbrella of OliveX, if we are going to call it that. So in terms of actual comments, we've, like the comments are kind of average, to be honest. There's nothing really crazy interesting to look at when it comes to those guys. For the Google Trends, I did have to type in dose crypto, because if I just typed in the word dose by itself, we could be getting, I don't know, like searches left, right, and center. So for the last 12 months, so they've had a bit of a thing in May. Then they had another thing in August. So they said that it's been around for about 4 months. So I'll probably say that it's something, yeah. I'm a little bit surprised why it hasn't had, I guess, more search recently. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting to have a look at that sort of jazz. We'll have a look at some of the other things on here. So they talk about Dustland Runner, Dustland Rider, 22 push-ups. And then so I don't think you can earn anything using Zombies Run, but if they can do that, that'll be pretty cool, because I mean, as I say, I've sort of played the game as well. So this is a brief overview in regards of the token allocation. Pause, unpause if you guys want to just keep it on that screen, because we will be looking deeper on their actual white paper. And then so this is in terms of the token release schedule. So as you can see down here, we have the 8th of 2021. And then going up to the 8th of 2026, so that looks about a 5-year token release schedule. So public sale, so they have public pre-sales, the team advisors, gameplay rewards, Dustland Runner. So a bunch of these other sort of things are pretty good. So that's all good. I just found out some extra information. So in terms of the creator, here's the creator wallet. So contract deploy. So literally they deploy contracts. Yeah, and so that's a part of the uniswap jazz. So that's something. That's interesting, I guess. Uniswap factory. What can I say, man? What can I say? All right. So we continue looking on here. So Dose is listed on, so it shows where it's listed. Crypto.com. Did not realize that it was listed on there. Didn't say that on CoinMarketcap. Latest news. So they show the team. Now, I think it's kind of cool how, like, the fact that we can actually see pretty much almost everybody's LinkedIn is wonderful. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. So our investors and partners now, Animoca Brands, I believe they actually own OliveX, and OliveX owns Dose. So OliveX, they've done a bunch of other things, as we can sort of see. I won't be going too heavily into these guys, but essentially they're sort of creating a whole entire like fitness metaverse thing, and so that they're going to be having something which is upcoming regarding that. So I think that these guys are pretty good / really good in their essence. So if you have a look at these names, I mean, there is a whole bunch of familiar names on here, man. I mean, because yeah, these guys must have seen something in terms of this project. Yeah. So we'll look at some of the other bits of jazz. Actually, we'll see if there's anybody else to look at. Nope, nobody else to look at. So this is the white paper. This talks about their roadmap. So they talk about the kickoff. We might actually zoom in one more. Dustland Runner, light paper release, Dose token contract generation. So they've had a bunch of things in regards to Q4 of 2021. And then so they also talk about the closed alpha, so the mobile app, token release, and all that sort of jazz. And then Q2 2022, mobile app open beta, season 1, running missions and NFTs. So honestly, I think, to me, this just sort of feels a bit like a sort of play to earn game, to be honest. And you can get fit while doing it. Like, I mean, yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe I should see if I can have a chat to some of the guys on Discord or whatever, because, yeah, I don't know, it just seems like such a good project that has gone to waste because of some of these extra token things, dude. They just, oh, they hurt me. They hurt me on the inside. Okay, so we can have a look at some of these other details here. So talking about the supply, we've already seen the percentages. They do talk about, so this says token allocation for investors will be locked up for 3 months after the TGE, and then entered into a 2 years vesting schedule after the lockup period. But remember, from what we can see from the on-chain data, how can we identify that any of these are locked up, especially once we've actually checked BSC and tokensniffer? I mean, it's kind of hard to, like, be able to identify what is actually locked, because according to these, a bunch of these are already unlocked. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, like, are they actually locked, or are you guys just saying that they are locked or whatever? I mean, look, a 3-year linear vesting schedule after lockup period? That's peculiar. So I do wonder maybe how this sort of vesting schedule works. But usually vesting has to do with actually being locked. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. If maybe anybody knows or has an idea, that'd be cool. So in terms of their actual team, so this guy has been in an interview. I have seen him talking in an interview, which is cool. So he's the chief executive officer and co-founder. So pretty much everybody along here is going to say OliveX, even though Dose is one of the, so I'll actually show this to you, is powered by OliveX. Dose powered by OliveX. Extreme. So yeah, he's been doing a few different things. So he's been with Planto and UX Stamps. Oh, he was the co-founder. Coachbase and a few other things. So he's a good boy. Andy Hall. So he is the head of commercial, and he was also the head of group operations. Until he moved over to head of commercial, and then the fitness metaverse. That's kind of interesting. Les Mills UK. So he's definitely one of the more sort of fit guys on here. So one thing which I think I appreciate about the team is that they seem to definitely have experience. I mean, have a look, like Outblaze, senior software engineer, junior software engineer. So he moved all the way up in terms of the rankings, and AI engineer and head of engineering. So I mean, like, you have somebody like him on the team, Keith Chan. You have Carol Lee, who is the senior lead game artist, and she was also doing it for Animoca Brands for 13 years, which, I mean, Animoca is one of the very big names. If you guys are not familiar with them, definitely check them out. And Connie, and then so she's a part of the digital, being a digital marketing executive and marketing. Well, she was a marketing intern, and then now she's the digital marketing executive. Now, one thing about her is that she doesn't really have any sort of. It doesn't seem like she's really had much marketing experience. So it looks like she's had a growth, been a part of a growth marketing bootcamp. So yeah, it doesn't look like she's had a lot of marketing experience, but from the way which, let's say, the website is designed, and from the video which I have seen, it looks like she's doing quite well. So they do have a few other videos which they have available on their account. And so that one was done 3 months ago, and so Dose IDO on Polkastarter, and they had an AMA as well. So yeah, so it's great to know that we do have a docs team. I really don't think these guys are going to do a rug pull, to be honest. I just get a good feeling about this project, other than you guys know what. So yeah, what I'll probably do, I'm probably going to go from here and actually message them on their Discord, because I have messaged on their Telegram. Nobody's responded to me. Rest in pepperoni. yeah, so I don't really know what's going on with that jazz. But yeah, I do hope to maybe hear something about this, and maybe I might post a comment like I have done with one of my other previous videos to describe some of the things which we have looked at. So the ultimate question which we ask ourselves: should we invest into this? I think don't invest until I can find an answer for some of these bigger like numbers and stuff like that. Because yeah, I think in terms of who these guys are, the fact that we can see them docs, the fact that they've been in interviews, the fact that they have created good products before, I mean, and the fact that like the team has got a bunch of experience. I mean, you've got a whole bunch of green flags, but the only red flags that I can find are just these main wallets. Just the main wallets, man. Otherwise, everything else is just clean. Everything else just seems solid. And I mean, the market cap, right? So keep in mind with this is that since the market cap is 3 million, that is quite a low market cap for any project. That is a very low market cap. But I think that that is probably going to be going higher. Just because of who these guys possibly are. And I mean, maybe like, I don't know, if OliveX was to maybe release their own sort of token, then I would probably want to invest in that rather than invest in Dose itself, because I feel like Dose is more of just a individual product token, whereas if we were to invest in, let's say, something called an OliveX token, then we would actually be investing in the proper like company itself in terms of who they are and what they are doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, commenting some healthy and constructive things. Please don't just be rude or annoying for the sake of being annoying. And you know, if you do like the video, please do that. I don't know if I just said like and subscribe. I can't remember. It's late. Patreon, if you want to join, you can become a backer, supporter, advocate. You know, you might be able to get some early access, maybe some special fan requests. Hint, hint, hint. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Anyway, good night or good day. Fare thee well. Many blessings to you, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.